I can't get this intro right. Doodah, doodah. Hello everyone, it's Rebecca here and welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, hello, how are you doing? Today I'm sharing with you the books that I'm currently in the middle of, and for whatever reason I just haven't finished. So you could say that these are my consistent current reads. So these have been on my TBR for varying lengths of time. Basically they've sat on my bedside table until something better has come along and I've read that instead. So without further ado, I have 4 books to show you, so let's get into it. Technically 5. The first one I want to share with you is probably the most recent one of them all, and that is Elantris by Brandon Sanderson. Now, I know what you're going to say. You're all going to be like, oh my god, why haven't you finished this book yet? It's amazing, it's the best thing ever. But hear me out, okay? I'm going to be very annoyed when I get to the last one. So basically, this one I picked up, I was really enjoying. It's one of those ones that you can put down and pick back up fairly easily because it's actually really easy to follow for high fantasy. And this one I got to page 214. And I'm using this little bit of plastic as a bookmark. Not that I don't have a mug full of bookmarks, but whatever. But in Elantris, what I can remember happening is essentially people are marked with this like plague essentially, and they're separated from everyone else in this walled city. Now this follows a prince who apparently has this mark and is due to be betrothed to his future wife, who he hasn't met yet. This is like, it's a fantasy world, but imagine arranged marriages and like UK arranged marriages for the sake of shipping and goods and all that kind of thing. That's what their arranged marriage setup is like. It would be good for both kingdoms if these two parties got together. So we're following the prince in one perspective as he comes to terms with the fact that he's got this mark or this like aura about him. That means that he has to be segregated from everybody else, and basically that's it, he has to live in this walled city. His father, however, the king, tells everybody he's dead. Why would you do that? The reason you would do that is that this segregated city is apparently a bad place, and once you go there you basically turn insane. So we follow the prince who's come to terms with his new life in this city and fully expecting to become insane, but in fact it's not insanity, it's a magical power. And that's about as far as I got in that, in his perspective. We then follow his wife Celine. Is it Celine? I want to say Sarine. I was close. I have thrown of glass in the brain. But Sarine is his betrothed, and she arrives at the city after days of travelling to find out that her future husband has been killed or is dead. Basically, he's not there. She has to basically mourn a man that she's never met, and we're following her, and she thinks something is up. She doesn't quite believe that her husband is dead or her future husband is dead, because if he was dead she would be able to see his body, but they're saying that his body is that scarred and that not himself, that's not fair on her to see. So we're following these two perspectives, and that's about as far as I got. I can't really tell you much more than that, other than the prince starts to harness his power a little bit more, and that's about as far as I got into it. So I don't know, I did put this down, and I put this down in favour of Crescent City. And I feel like that was a bad idea, because now I don't know when I'm going to pick this one back up, because I just keep picking up other things instead. So this one, as I said, I'm about 215 pages into it. I was really enjoying it, there's no real reason why I put it down, but this is the first one I'm in the middle of. This next one you're going to be so disappointed in me, but you know what? I don't really care. And that is Obsidio by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff. This is the third in the Alumina files. Now, the Alumina files follows a series of ships as they are travelling to this new Earth. And Obsidio is the third and final instalment in that. In the first one we follow Katie and Ezra, and they have just broken up on their planet when their planet gets bombed, and they escape on these ships to the new civilization, the new Earth. And when they are travelling, they're actually split up there on separate ships, and loads of stuff happens, and neither really knows if the other one's alive. It's weird. I didn't really understand it. A lot of people absolutely adore this series. It's told in mixed media format, so you have like random, this one's got more graphics in it, notes like that. it's very Harry Potter-esque. Countdowns. I'm not showing you the right way up because that would be spoilerish because this is the third in the series. I really didn't enjoy Alumina as much as I thought I would. I have voiced my opinions on this before and I will continue to voice my opinions on it as well for as long as I want. It's my opinion, my channel, my rules. But basically, I didn't get the hype. I found the mixed media format very confusing, very frustrating, and it felt like I was being led on several different directions, especially when it got to the second book, which is Gemina. I finished Gemina and I enjoyed that a little bit more than Illuminate because it felt like there was a little bit more sort of like closing up, is that rounding up of the story arc at the end of the second one. And then we get to the third one and I got a total of 26 pages into this one and went, nope, putting it down. I got really confused. I didn't know what the hell was happening because this is a whole different scenario compared to the first two ones, which were again different scenarios, and I was just really confused. It starts off with, I believe, one of the characters from the second book. Starts off with her, so it was kind of familiar, and then I just completely got lost. So am I going to pick it back up? Probably, because I kind of want to get the series finished. I want to get it done so I can mark it as done and be like, that's it, I'm done with that series. But then part of me is like, just put it down. Like, I'm not enjoying it. This just kind of brings the series together apparently, and as somebody who rated the first two volumes like 3 stars and they were very average, mid-range 3 stars, this could boost this up to a 4-star series, and I don't care. It's really difficult to explain myself when I just don't care. So the third one in this one is one that I just picked up on a whim. I bought it at Waterstones one day and I got 20 pages into it, and that is The Devouring Great by Christine Lynn Herman. Now this one I get vibes of vampires, werewolves, something like that. It follows a young girl who whose family ties back to this city. She then has to move back to that city for whatever reason, and she gets together with all of the other founding families because that's how her family ties back, is her family is one of the founding families of this city. There's like 4 of them, and then weird shit happens. I don't know, okay. I just wasn't that bothered when I first picked it up. I was like, you know what, this premise sounds really interesting, and at the time I was like, I need something to read, I need something that's going to be quick, because look at it, it's not that thick. I thought it'll be a really quick read, I'll get it done, take it off my list, and then it'll be something that I've recently bought that I've read. And then it sat on my bedside table for 6 months, best part of a year. It has to be less than a year. It must be. Yeah, about 6 months. And I had no desire to pick it back up. However, there is a lot of hype and a lot of love for the Deck of Omens, which is the second in this, and apparently it's just a duology. So I may pick it back up, I don't know. I've been hearing really good things about the second one, so it's making me really want to pick that one up. But to pick that one up, I kind of have to read this one. There's just books everywhere and I can't cope. This next one is the oldest long-standing book on my current reads. That is Under the Dome by Stephen King. Last time I did a current read video, I was like, I'm done. Not going to pick it back up anymore. But then part of me is like, you know what? You've got the time. You know where it left off. Like, you know what happened up to the point that you got to it, and you have that much left. Just do it, you wuss. So I'm bringing this one back. This one, have you seen the Simpsons movie? Let's just start off by that. Have you seen the Simpsons movie? Because the whole dome situation is the very basic premise of this book. Let's put it like that. And this, because it's Stephen King, goes into political factors. At this point, I'm still in the book and I have no real reason as to why there's this invisible dome over the city. And to be honest, this better get wrapped up hella quick. Because I'm on page 632, chapter 5 of whatever section this is, and there is 870 something pages in this, so you have like 250 pages to wrap this up, mate. Get it done. I feel like, I don't know if I'm pep talking myself or if I'm pep talking Stephen King here. Do I get it done? Does Stephen King get it done? Let's be honest. A lot of people don't rate this as highly as some of his other longer books, such as The Stand and I want to say It, maybe, but I know that this one was one of the ones that kind of really piqued my interest more so than any of the others. So I just want to get it done. I'm probably not going to get it done, let's be real. And the last one that I have to share with you all, I am so sorry. Priory of the Orange Tree by Samantha Shannon. I am on page, what page am I on? 180 of this one. I had started tabbing it, I was enjoying it. I just put it down one night and I picked something else up because I have a workbook like to put in my bag and then whatever I was reading at home. And I just got really engrossed in the workbooks that I was picking up, so I was like, oopsie, my bad, sorry, and just didn't pick it back up again. Everybody pretty much loves the Priory of the Orange Tree, and as somebody who really enjoyed the Bone season and then didn't pick anything else up in that series, I feel like I'm going to enjoy it. I mean, a lot of people say it's confusing, right? But I'm 180 pages into it, and to tell you the truth, it wasn't that confusing once you kind of got your head around who was where. And once you get your head around that, everything kind of slots into place a lot quicker. So I'm really looking forward to picking it back up, really. I ended up going and buying the paperback version of this when it came out as well, because, you know, support the author, and I thought it would be handy to have to carry around with me. But then I'm thinking, I'm at home, I could just pick this up because it's going to be floppier. Oh, did you hear that crack? It's going to be floppier. I can hold that better, and if I did that with the other book, the spine would crack straight away. So I have no real excuse other than it's a chunky monkey and it's been at the bottom of this pile of books on my bedside table. So yeah, so there we have it. These are the 5 books that are pretty much permanently on my current reads pile. Do you have any pile like that where you just have books that you've picked up and you just haven't finished because just don't wanna? Let me know in the comments down below. I'd love to hear your thoughts on any of these. Should I pick any of them up before the others? I mean, I'm looking at Obsidio and Elantris and Priory here, but let me know in the comments down below if any of these matter to you more than the others, and I shall probably try and prioritise them. But thank you all so much for watching. If you look into the description box next to the little like and subscribe, you can go do that if you want. There's a link to all of my social media channels. I know that this channel has grown quite a lot recently, as has my Twitter following and my Instagram steadily growing. So thank you all so much for the love and support, and I shall see you all soon with another video. Bye!